This is one of the issues with Port Adelaide at the moment, when they do get headed and they know that it's going to be really hard work to get back into it. They drop their bundle, and all of a sudden it's out of 31 points. They're only kicked behind before, and if they're not careful, they could lose this by 40.
And percentage can be a factor for them late this year.
Absolutely.
They huff and they puff, and they can't blow it down. I think they're in trouble.
So Port starting the day with a bad percentage. It's getting worse now in a low-scoring game. They're down by 5 goals.
Have a look at that. Disposals 403 to 289.
The second attempt. Cloak knocks it forward. Hadley stood up in a tackle. Carrazzo, Gibbs. Well, they're just powering home now. Carlton. Favola looking to better his 5. Hadley. Russell back in the square goes Murphy. High ball. Won't quite get to him. Big leap down there by Murphy, though. He made it his own.
Gee, what a grab. He went up. Thought he might have gone a little bit too early, but he got a nice bit of hang time. Didn't take it cleanly. Good shoulders to jump on too, Cape Corns.
Well, he was back. He had about 15 metres on Corns, but the kick meant he had to go to Corns. And probably Corns wishes he hadn't. Murphy runs around, slots the goal.
He's been good.
Port on their knees.
Oh, he's been very good, Murphy. 31, but a really good kick in there by Jordan Russell. It had enough length on it so that Chad Corns wasn't exactly sure what was behind him.
But if look, magnificent mark and take nothing from Murphy, but if you've never been to the footy, you'd be confused when you can put your hand on a bloke's shoulder and take a mark, but you can't put your hand on his back and take a mark. Strange rules, I reckon.
You're right.
Just pleased that they paid it. The big thing with Murphy, not only is he carrying the ball, he's kicked 27 goals. The best midfielders kick goals, don't they? Well,
and Carlton have got a few midfielders kicking goals at the moment.
So, fantastic game by Murphy. And the Blues, they'll be 5th tonight. They'll go above the Crows and Brisbane. And Port are losing percentage quickly. Carlton, in 3 of the last 4 weeks going into this game, have kept their opposition goalless in the final term. Port hasn't got one today so far. Here's Hartlett trying to break it out of the back. Now to Roden, banging forward.
Well, here he is, Chief.
It's been a wall across halfback in this final term. Robinson.
Like this game as well.
He's had a terrific first season, really. He came on with a burst in the NAB Cup, did really well early, probably ran out of a bit of puff, and now getting a second win. This team's going to be a hard one to get into because there's a few blokes lining up. Grigg had a good day in the reserves this weekend. And 3 or 4 players still wanting to get into this side, so they've got a bit of momentum going forward into September.
How lucky's Cloak. He thought his season was over.
Yeah, we only need one injury, one opportunity, and we saw it last year with Hawthorn, didn't we? When Simon Taylor went out, Renouf came in. He's now got a premiership Medine in the coming.
Cruiser gave it to Judder, goes across the ground. Gibbs is on for the short one. If Carrazzo's got it, Gibbs, I'd suggest Gibbs. No, doesn't go there. Kicks beyond him. Dunnerwood's full forward for Bowler. One hand to it. All the numbers back there. Stewart. Oh, Carlisle just stopped. Picked up by Stevens. Kicks a goal.
It's your goal, Fev.
Great tackle.
Now, in days gone by, he would have complained to the umpire about not getting the free kick because it was a 50-50. But what's happened? He gets back on his bike, he gets up, he goes and lays a tackle. Stevens gets a goal. That is good, hard, aggressive play. Look at that. Beautiful. That comes from a forward, a full forward who's switched on.
Well, massive final term for the Blues. 6 goals. If they hold this margin, it's their biggest win away from Victoria since 2000. A decade, basically. And Port's average losing margin this year is 46. And after all this battling, they're back to that again. They're back to a 7-goal loss.
Yeah, the flag's gone up well and truly.
Yep.
It's not a green one today. It's a white one.
David Roden.
So Roden, so much of the ball in this final term.
Mitch Robinson, he doesn't know whether to defend or rub his head.
He was unconscious.
Kane Corns to Thomas. Well, Mark Williams rolled the dice a bit. He brought back some of his experienced players for this make or break game. Westhoff to full forward. Good mark at the back.
Great mark.
Peter Burgoyne came back in. Josh Carwell
lasted 11 minutes and then went off with an ankle injury.
Stephen
Salopek's been average at best. He's only had the 9 touches.
Brett Ebert
really battled.
So
I think he answered a lot of questions were answered on behalf of Mark Williams today.
Nice kick. Well, no, over the head of Scotland, who comes back into the contest, rolls over the scon of Dean Brogan, who's not happy. Too little, too late.
It's your free kick. Yeah, it's you. Let him go, Heath. Let him go. Let him go. You're doing it too. That's enough, both of you. Now get back.
Good thing he's a school teacher, Hayden Kennedy.
It is. He's going to have to send someone to time out.
Sit in the corner.
What's happening here?
I've got no idea.
Go. A little bit of contact here.
He's had enough of Scotland.
I think it might have been down the ground. I'm not sure, but
There's a skirmish down there as well.
Your team's got the ball. Don't lose it.
There's no
Just a
certainty
score,
from your
boys,
either,
okay?
Brogan.
This time, no, we've made it clear. They're free kicks. Peter Burgoyne.
Downfield.
Everyone.
so Peter Burgoyne was interfered with down the field by the sound of it, doesn't it?
He doesn't really kick through the footy, Dean Brogan, so we'll see how he stabs this one.
Why would you do all of this now? And see what he does. The big guy.
Oh, well done.
That splits the middle.
That's a couple of goals for Brogan now, and that run of not being having goals kicked against you. They've been able to get one, but gee, it's a disappointing end for them nonetheless.
Look, he's a, you love him or hate him, but he's made a lot of mistakes. I thought he's played quite well today.
He has a go. Dean Brogan, he's not the most clever footballer that you'll see, but gee, he's got a heart as big as Farley, but he has a go for his side.
Well, he started the match crashing into Cruiser before the opening bounce, and he continues to be combative, doesn't he?
Yep.
Couple of goals to Brogan. So Port get that goal against the Blues in the final term.
Who's their next ruckman that'll come through? Because obviously Lee,
probably young Lob.
It's a free
but he's
kick.
still a fair way off it, isn't he? He's very lean, and
It is an issue. I mean, Mark Seaby's name probably gets mentioned a bit.
well, Den's a big fan of Mark Seaby.
Like him a lot.
Carlisle going back. And then Stewart has struggled today. He was a late inclusion for Surgeon.
Good thing too, Eddie Betts hasn't had any influence on the game at all, and still been able to kick over 100 points.
Eddie's goals have dried up a bit in the second half of the year. He's been good at assisting, but most of his goals in those first 8 weeks. Cassisi for a long time with the ball. To Corns, well done, Judd. There you go.
There he
Just
is.
got to mention the bloke's name and he kicks his goal. Well done, Ox. You know so much in advance.
He's a soothsayer.
It's a clever handball by Juddy. Probably should have won the free kick earlier than that though, Carlton. You'll see it here, it comes over the top, he just gets it out. They're running forward. They've got that much confidence in their team winning the footy at stoppages that they're happy to take the risk and run forward. For Port Adelaide, flat-footed again, and having players of that calibre danger side of the goals is an absolute no-no.
109 play 66. Oh yes, you can move it, you can shake it now. It's all over.
Gracious in victory.
A lot of yes, a lot of mind games played today as well, and I think it's fair to say, Ox, that Carlton have won most of those.
Absolutely. Well, most of the footy's played between the ears, Dan, as we know.
They say that. Actually, when I hear that expression, it makes me smile a bit. We've got time now for a story, have we not?
Yeah.
Boys and girls. Out of the middle, Hartlett the high ball down towards half forward. Pack at the drop, off hands, fell in.